a natural supplement that actually worked for me. So, of course, supplements are important and they work, but I mean, when I say it worked for me, it means I perceived the difference. When I consumed it in a very short, within a day or two, I could feel the difference. Usually, with natural things, we don't feel the difference, right? So, and that combination was maca root combined with ashwagandha, right? So this is available probably online. You can order it, or most of the natural herbal supplement places will have ashwagandha, will have maca root, right? In tablet form, right? In tablet form, that when it was combined together, I could feel, the difference. You can feel it like feeling more alive and alert, as though you had a drug, but this is totally natural. So I'll discuss that a little bit more in this video. And if you like the content of my videos, or you like my videos generally, please remember to also like and subscribe to my channel. It's going to greatly assist me to be able to get my channel to reach out to more people. And for those who don't know me, I am Osman. I'm a bioenergy healer on a master level with telepathic healing capabilities, specializing in critical care recovery and terminal illnesses, and amongst a host of other physiological, psychological, and even spiritual ailments, especially alleviating the adverse effects of involuntary Kundalini awakening. I'm also an advanced level yoga and meditation teacher, having been practicing this art for almost 50 years and teaching it for 44 years. And in that period, I learned under different masters from different fields and cultures, not only the yoga cultures, and I gleaned out what I felt was the more effective part of it, powerful parts of it, and created my own protocols, unique protocols. And to that end, I now have students in over 100 countries. And my favorite protocol is my 5-minute yoga and meditation program, which you can download for free from my website, yogawellness786.com, in exchange for subscribing to my blog. And you can also get more information about my services from my website, yogawellness786.com. Also, remember my therapies are all natural based and not a replacement for medical treatment. So, coming back to the maca root and ashwagandha combination. So I was, focusing on resistance training, which is amazing. It is an amazing type of, exercise. Resistance. You don't necessarily have to use weights. You can use your body weight as well. Just simple push-ups, crunches, and squats. That combination is a full body workout. Just do some squats. You can do crunches and you can do push-ups. You've exercised, and if you do sufficient quantities, of each, you can really look amazing and great, right? And what helps muscle development is people, the bodybuilders have this amazing, massive, bulky, looking like, Hulk type of muscles. It's impossible for people without supplementation, and hormonal supplementation, that is, which is dangerous, using steroids to look like that. So a lot of people say, "Oh, I don't want to look to, I don't want to go into doing bodybuilding. I'm a lady. I don't want to look like a man." Impossible. You're not gonna look. You're gonna still look like a lady. You're not gonna be muscular like a man unless you're gonna take steroids. This is how you're going to look, odd, and the professional athletes, they have to take these type of things, right, or something close to it in order. So I didn't want to take, hormonal replacement therapies and so forth. I wanted to, because I'm in yoga, meditation, and natural based nutrition, and this type of field. I like to take natural things, right, and test natural things. And I always take, different type of supplements, your multivitamins, your omega 3s, and creatine, to help you. And creatine, amazing supplement as well. That I also noticed, really works. I'll mention that as well in this video, how it worked. So coming back to the maca root and ashwagandha. So it is because ashwagandha coming from, I saw it in the pharmacy among the supplements. I used to love looking at all types of supplements, nitric oxide, CoQ10, and omega 3s, and B12, and all these things, and vitamin D, and you know so many kinds of supplements, right? There's selenium. I had amazing results with that as well, which I'll also mention, right? My experience. So maca root, they found it boosts, sexuality, or it was an experiment. Something was found by accident. Someone in the, I think in Vietnam or something, and it was the mountains. He was suddenly, engaging in too much of sex, and he was an old person, and the wife complained to the doctor. My husband, is oversexed, right? And and the doctor was curious to know this, what is he having, and they found he was having this thing, and that's how they found, maca root, and that's the story behind it. What I know of, I don't know how true it is. And I said, okay, I mean, if it's boosting that, it also means it boosts testosterone. Testosterone is, it's a natural way to improve muscle growth, right? So maybe that's going to help me, to become more defined, because I like to look like how the movie stars look, right? I was trying to strive for that, in a natural way. And I tried many other things before that, you know, natural ways, like spirulina and all these things, right? There's many things, and I didn't feel anything from it. Right? Maybe, I mean, it's amazing. Maybe, I don't know, right? So they also said that ashwagandha is very amazing for boosting your vitality. So I am from the yoga and meditation background, right? Field. Energy. Vitality means the source of vitality is your your sexual hormones, right? If you're a woman, or man, right, it is still, that's the source of your vitality, right? Your procreation capability is the improve that, you improve your vitality, improve your sexuality, your sexual, hormones, and secretions, you improve your overall vitality, right? It goes hand in hand, it's directly proportional, right? I said, okay, ashwagandha, because I've been trying these things, let me try a combination. That's okay. And it was just there on the show. Okay, ashwagandha and makarut. I'll take together because I'm tired of trying this. Boom. I think by the next day, I start to feel vital, right? I feel like, a difference. Like I had, I think even Red Bull was not as effective in my case. I'm not saying everyone's going to feel the same, but I felt that amazing feeling, right? With that. Then coming back to uh, what was the other one? Selenium, right? That I had, amazing experience, as a supplement. So I was suffering because I had a history of diabetes in the past, and of course, diabetes, the doctor will say you diabetic for life, right? Which I don't believe. So I've always go for my checkups every 6 months, and for the past 19 years, my blood, HbA1c levels went on the normal range, right, and not needing any intervention, because I've reduced my weight, and just using, eating natural foods, wholesome foods, and a relatively simple. I started with a simple exercise regimen of just walking, right, and then I got into a relationship, and I feared, because I was losing sensation, in my in the peripherals, right? Nerve peripherals, peripheral nerve damage, right? I was sensing, a numbness, and I decided to take selenium because I heard it's an amazing thing, in the past, from someone who was advocating it, and I'll get into that into another level, but within a 6 month period, I felt amazing. Not that it's a cure for neuropathy and so forth, right? But in that level that I was in, it helped to improve my circulation and improve my, because it is an antioxidant. And in that particular level, it doesn't work across the board, right? It worked amazing, for me. I even forgot the other uh, element, that I mentioned. But there are many supplements, that don't just put them off. They can have, oh yes, creatine. Um, so creatine, because I was exercising and I reached like a level where I couldn't do X number of squats more. And normally when and I used to buy my weights, and I used to do my own program at home. Right, I bought myself a little foldable bench, workout bench, with incline, decline, and a barbell, and weights, and do my training at home, because I used to work long hours and the gyms were always closing by midnight, and and so forth. I wanted something 24/7 and something easy, anytime I wanted, and and also it's a cost factor as well. I found that just buying the equipment was a once-off cost and not that expensive compared to a gym membership, right? And I didn't want to go into extremely heavy weights, so it's within safe regions, so it's okay to practice at home. I wasn't going over more than 50, 60 kgs, right? I think maximum was around 60 kgs, right, that I used to do squats on, not going to 300 kgs and 200 kgs and so forth, right, where you have a spotter and you have to be in a professional environment, because you're going to tear your muscles and so forth, right, and you can get permanent damage. So in working out, I reached a period where I reached a maximum level, and then usually, I used leg day as a Thursday, because Friday was off. I was in the Middle East, so that I can recover, because after leg day I cannot walk for 2 days. So I had a 2 day weekend. So by the Monday I can like somewhat walk with, but still with pain, right? It just to take me absolutely a week. Just 7 days later, I was able to, do the pain was completely gone. I used to really work to the limit, to failure, in my this thing. And I reached a peak where I couldn't go more. And then I tried, they said creatine is amazing and so forth, tried out, and it was a very cheap supplement, right? Creatine monohydrate, right? I just used five, they said take 5 milligrams, like a teaspoonful. It had a measuring, right? A spoon, a measure. I took 5 milligrams and I mixed it with water and I drank it. Man, I think within the next leg day, after about a week or two, I started to notice that the next day, that I'm able to go beyond the normal levels, my max, right? I was able to go much easier beyond the maximum level and do that much more, sets. So I'm not crying on the fifth set. I'm doing it very easily, and I didn't have more weights. I was using the maximum weights at home, and I didn't want to use more weights. I didn't want to go to dangerous levels, right? And it was becoming easy. I could do like maximum reps, in even in the last set. And then the next day, when on a Friday I have to go to the mosque, I can't even bend. I crawling like walk like a duck, right, from my car to the mosque, right? And it used to be such an amazing feeling, that pain, knowing like I always say it hurts so good, right? Because that you feel now your muscles building, and you're really enjoying this pain, right? Of course, it's not a pleasant pain, but from those who work out can understand what I'm talking about. And walk, and that pain stopped. I mean, means I didn't reach failure. I wasn't tearing the muscle. It means I can go that much more, right? And it really, it worked amazing in that particular instance. Creatine, right, and selenium, worked amazing. And just as a side remark, it is considered by the person who introduced it to me as one of the best antioxidants that helps to boost the immune system dramatically, you know, and especially we have immune problems, problems with the immune system. Selenium is an amazing supplement to boost your immune system, right? Especially, with inflammation problem, because we're all suffering, with the diet that we have these days, with hardly any nutrients. We eating an apple that looks like an apple but hardly any nutrition in it, an orange that look like an orange but zero vitamin C in it. It's there was an experiment done, in one of a major supermarket chain. They took a trolley full of oranges and they tested the whole trolley at zero vitamin C. Not that all oranges have zero vitamin C, but that particular experiment showed that. So, because of there's hardly any nutrients in soil, and they, using chemical methods, artificial methods to force grow it to make the oranges look, amazing and fully grown, in a short space of time. And even the chicken breast, the chicken within, few weeks they are fully grown, right? It normally take about 6 months to a year for a chicken, to much longer, but now in a few weeks it's fully, and they are laying that many more eggs, right? And we thinking we're getting all the nutrients. It's not nutrient dense. This is what causes nutrient deficiency in our body, which leads to inflammation problems, which causes all the bronchitis and all the itis problems, and rheumatitis, and diabetes, and so many related, not the proximate cause, but one of the contributory, one of the very major contributory factors, significant contributory factors to so many illnesses that we have, including, psychological ailments as well, and depression, anxiety, stress, suicide levels, and so forth. It can be linked, to, a lack of nutrients that causes imbalances in our hormones, right? So, hope all this information helps you. And I've really had amazing, results from this thing, but they are not a replacement for medical treatment. Okay, so there are natural ways you can do on yourself to help, support your immune function, support your health, your lifestyle, and I don't like to, recommend too many supplements, because these are all not naturally created, but within limit. Once you have too many, just to give you a word on what's too many, right? I believed so much in this sub, because of course, why shouldn't I believe, right? I had so much positive results from some of them. And then for nearly everything I took supplements. Eventually I was taking so many supplements that I was full only from, I could not take it with meals, right? It's like two handfuls. There was like about 20 some odd, or 22 or 30 tablets that I was taking, right? And I once was taking, and my wife says at the time, "How come you take too much of supplements?" And I took it, and I had to go and I had to vomit it out, because it became nauseous. I couldn't handle it. It was too full in my stomach, and I think I must have, had a meal or something, before that, and I couldn't handle it, and then she was laughing, because I reached a point where you actually, become full only from tablets. This is not the way. You have to eat natural foods. Yes, it's nutrient deficient, but still it's natural, right? You have to focus and use supplement as backup, right? And don't go too much into it, right? Limit the amount of supplements. You can go into excess. I even went, on a moderate level, and I felt pain in my liver region once, because I was doing a posture, like a shoulder stand variation, where you drop your knee to your, to your elbow, your right knee, and then it squeezes the right side, the liver area, and I felt a sharp pain there. And I say I'm eating a whole foods plant diet, everything very natural, raw foods. How come I'm having a pain? What poison? But I was having, multivitamins, nitric oxide, omega-3, and meal replacement shakes, and protein supplements, and fiber and herb. And, I said, hey, my friend was saying, no, I think you're taking too many supplements. And I just cut, a few of them, and the pain went away, right? So, be moderate, right? Okay, just take one or two, supplements, or three, like maybe three is bordering too much, right? Be careful how many artificial supplements you take as well. Hope that information helps you, and take care of yourself always.